My name is Hannah. I'm a teacher and I teach at May Creek High School. I'm from Kenya. I got married to my husband and we met in college. We just enjoyed each other's company. Our schedules were flexible. We did not have no children. We would go wherever without any restriction. It lasted for 2 years until we decided to have children. We tried to have children and they were not coming forth. And then that started to, especially me, it started to give me a lot of frustrations and asking myself, why is it that I cannot have children? And so we tried that again for another 2 years until we decided to seek medical help. Every month was a waiting moment. Like month to month, you're not even looking forward to your cycle. You are waiting for that pregnancy. I still believe that God was listening to me, only that He had not confirmed that He would give us the answer. After 2 years of waiting and not getting the results we wanted, I shared with my sister and I told her what was going on, and she told me, I'll recommend you to a gynecologist. We scheduled an appointment and we went and they took a lot of tests. So the doctor called us to the office. He told me what was going on, and so told me that I had polycystic ovarian disorder. I was producing a lot of bunch of eggs that were not maturing, and so he gave me 3 options. One is to take fertility drugs, or have surgery, or adoption. We went ahead and said, let's try the medication. I felt like medication would work like magic. Like now you started taking medication and now your problem is solved. I took the medication and on the 3rd day, my body did not take it. So the side effect was so bad, I could not eat anything, nothing would go down. I felt so tired and weak. And my husband looked at me because at that point, I was still hoping that, every medication has side effects. So for me, I was like, this is the path that I have to overcome. I have to go through this so that I can have children. But again, my husband looked at me and he said, you are so miserable. You cannot continue taking this medication. And as a matter of fact, he said, we're throwing them away. He threw them away. At that point in my heart, I was like, he's not listening. So for him, he was grounded. He still kept on telling me, God is the one who gives us children. And so we will have children. He did not have no doubt in his heart. I put all the blame on me. Like, I'm the one who is not able to carry a pregnancy. Like, my obsession was wearing him down. When he took away the medication, he prayed over me and he told me about what he had prayed when he was young about his children and the wife. And then he read Psalm 127 over me. He was giving a confirmation of what God had told him about his children. Like, it is the Lord who gives the children. However much I try to work hard to get children, it is Him who is going to provide or who is going to give us children. He told me we will not even go to see the doctor again because he believed that the prayer that we prayed was enough. And so, but I did not feel like he felt what I felt. I was still bitter with God and I resented children. Like when I saw young people, teenagers, just getting children, I was like, God, why would you give them and not me? So I was in my own world of bitterness, resentment. I did not want to go to events where people were just happy because I was not feeling happy at all. And I remember one instant when my cycle took like a month and a half and I felt like I was pregnant. And I even felt like the baby was moving within me. It was crazy. The obsession that I had drew me to imagine and think about me having a child. What happened, I got a job in Tanzania. And at that point, I was not straight with God yet. I was still bitter. I cannot even explain why I took that job. It can only take the heart of God because that time I felt like I needed my husband every time because I'm trying to get a child. So if I'm distant from him, then how will that happen? So I was teaching there I had never been trained as a teacher, so this was a new experience over my life. It was like a turning point in my life. Like, you've been focusing on this one thing, and I'm refocusing you. God, you have not given me children, but now you're putting me in the life of children. The children that I've been resenting to even have a conversation with them. God started healing my heart, warming up my heart for children. And I remember at some point they would call me mom. And I was like, that does not sit so well. But I was totally sold out for them. At that point, I believe that He healed my heart before He could even heal my womb, because I was at peace with Him. And He reminded me that I had a lot of love to give. I forget about my worries. And now at this point, I am fully into God's love. I'm serving them like I'm serving my own children. And that is when I brightened up. God gave me this happiness, this joy, this peace that I could not even explain. And thinking about, I even forgot about having children because I felt like I was complete with them. During this time, my husband was still praying for me. And when he started seeing me not being obsessed, our love relationship blossomed. Like, I am not going to him because of what I need. I'm going to him because it's the man that God gave me. I felt that God will give me children. And so we started having those conversations of, so how many children do we want to have? And so we prayed over that. We believe that God answered our prayer because we chose the names of our children at that point. And we believe that God, the first one is going to be a girl. And we said, she's going to be so precious. And then we said, we prayed that the second one is going to be a boy. And he's going to be strong. And so we said, we're going to name him Armstrong. And we had a third one, though not yet here, but we said that we're going to call him Max. And so I had come back from Tanzania like in 2 weeks' time, and I was feeling so sick. And I thought I had contracted malaria. I decided I'm going to go to the clinic and get checked. And so they checked me out, and nothing came out. They said, you're okay. So they just gave me pain medication, and I went back home. After a week, I went back and I told them, I'm not getting better. And so the doctor told me, what if we try pregnancy test? And I was like, I actually laughed. Like, you don't even know my story. You don't know that is at the back, like it is not anywhere at the back of my mind that I could be pregnant at this point. I said, well, let's do it. And it came back positive. I did not believe it. I've been waiting for this miracle. And yet when the miracle comes, I was not believing it. I told the doctor my story, and he said, well, these are the results. At this point, it's been 6 years. It's been 6 years. I was so emotional. I could not believe it. I was waiting for the birth of my child. The pregnancy journey wasn't easy, but God gave us grace. God gave us grace, and He blessed us with a beautiful girl named Precious. And after a year and a half, we got another one named Armstrong. I asked myself, what kind of a parent would I be? Would I have been had God given me the child when I was really bitter? And I say, God really walked me through that journey to tell me that it is me who can give you children. God answered our prayer in the 6th year of trying and waiting. And the scripture that was going through my mind at this time was Psalm 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I'm your God, because He made me still. And He proved Himself after all that waiting that He was there.